right, good afternoon and welcome to the March Hogs and Pigs briefing. My name is Lance Honig and I serve as acting chair of the Agricultural Statistics Board here at NASS. We're very pleased to have Dr. Seth Meyer, USDA Chief Economist, join us as Secretary Designate today. Excuse me. I'd like to express our appreciation to two of our field staff who came in to assist us. They are not in the room today. But we did have Steve Malashevsky from our upper Midwest region and Lisa Prickett from our Southern Plains region join us today. I'd also point out that this briefing is for the Secretary of Agriculture and other policymakers at USDA to better understand the content and context of today's report. Before I turn things over to our presenter, I do have a few notes for our live streaming audience. The Hogs and Pigs report is considered a principal federal economic indicator report. The Office of Management and Budget does provide us with specific guidance on how this important report is to be released. OMB statistical policy instructs policymakers, officials to refrain from making public comment about the content of this report for 30 minutes within the release of this report. Therefore, we will not be taking any questions from the public during this briefing, but NASS will be available for phone or email questions. And we'll also be hosting a social media event at 4 o'clock Eastern time this afternoon. We strive to have everything presented at this briefing match the official record, but should there be any discrepancy, always refer to the official published estimates. With that, I'm going to turn things over to Travis Averill. He is the chief of the NASS Livestock Branch. Travis.
Thank you, Lance. Appreciate everyone joining us here today. So first, I'd like to provide a survey overview of the March 2024 Hogs and Pigs data collection process. On the map are the sample sizes for the 28 states are in the quarterly program. A total of 4,509 operations were surveyed this quarter. Data collection started on the 29th of February, finished on the 18th of March. Normal collection methods were used to gather the data through mail, telephone, internet, and face-to-face interviews. Primary data items collected were total inventory by class and weight groups, along with the sows, farrowing, pig crop, and pigs per litter. The following table provides this quarter's revisions for the U.S. pigs and hogs. And so all inventory and pig crop estimates for March to December 2023 were reviewed using final pig crop, official slaughter, death loss, and updated import and export data. The table provides the initial estimate, current revisions, and net revisions along with current estimate. This is the second opportunity for revisions to September 2023. For all hogs and pigs, net revision is an increase of 2.4% and current estimate is at 76.1 million head. The June to August 2023 pig crop net revision is an increase of 3.1%. Current estimate is at 35.3 million. For the quarter of December 2023, this is the first time we've actually made any revisions. All hogs and pigs for December is an increase of net revision is an increase of 1.1%. Current estimate is at 75.8 million head. For the pig crop from September to November 2023, the net revision is an increase of 0.5%, and current estimate is at 34.8 million head. For March 1, all hogs and pigs is at 74.6 million head, up 0.6% from previous year's inventory. Breeding hogs is at 6,016,000 head. That is a decrease of 2.1% from 2023. Market hogs is at 68.6 million. That is up 0.8% from last year. The top 5 states are listed in the bottom left-hand corner. Iowa leads the way. They're up 6% from previous year. Whereas Minnesota and North Carolina, they're both down 1% and 9% respectively. Illinois is up 3% and Indiana wraps up the top 5. They're unchanged from previous year at 4.4 million head. The chart of the U.S. quarterly hogs and pigs inventory from 2015 to present. The March inventories are represented by the orange squares. The previous quarter for December is the green diamond. Here is a map of the United States for March 1, 2024. Hogs and pigs inventory with comparisons 2023. The top number is the inventory is a unit of 1,000 head. The bottom number is the percent change from previous year's inventory. 6 states are increasing. from previous year, and those are in blue. The darker the magnitude, the larger the percent change is from year over year. 9 states are decreasing from 2023, and those are in red. 1 state is unchanged from last year, as I mentioned on the previous slide. Couple notes to take away from this map. As you can see, there's 3 record highs illustrated with a pound sign after the inventory, that being Iowa, Pennsylvania, and South Dakota. There is 1 record low. That's the ampersand, followed by the inventory in Utah. As I stated on the previous slide, market hogs is at 68.6 million. So let's look at the breakouts of the market hogs by weight groups. Less than 50 pounds is at 20.7 million. That is up 1.5% from 2023. The 50 to 119 pound weight group is at 19.3 million. That is also up 1.5% from the previous year. The 120 to 179 pound weight group is at 15.8 million head. That is up 0.3% from last year. 180 pounds and over is at 12.7 million. That is down 0.6% from 2023. The chart provides the quarterly distributions of weight groups since March of 2021. Next, we have the sows farrowed for December 2023 to February 2024 is at 2,875,000 head. That is down 77,000 from previous year. Note in the December hogs and pigs report for the same quarter, the second intentions was at 2,900,000 compared to 2,912,000 for the first intentions back in the September hogs and pigs report. The second intentions for March to May of 2024, sows farrowed is at 2,915,000, down 0.9% from prior year's actual farrowings. In the December hogs and pigs report, NAS had the first intentions for the same quarter at 2,907,000 head. First intentions for June to August of 2024, sows farrowed is at 2,987,000 head, down 53,000 from previous year's actual farrowings. The U.S. quarterly sows farrowed chart since 2015, sows farrowed for December to February are the green squares. Second intentions for March to May is the orange diamond, and the first intentions for June to August is the purple triangle. Pig crop wean for December 2023 to February 2024 is at 33,148,000 head, an increase of 1.9% from previous year. Pigs per litter weaned is at 11.53, up from the rate of 11.02 from last year. However, it is down 0.13 from previous quarter's litter rate. The chart of the U.S. quarterly pigs per litter since 2015 is at the bottom there. Trade expectations compared to NAS estimates as a percent from previous year. Trade ranges are the gray, trade averages are the black circle, and NAS estimates are the red squares. Of the items on this chart, all hogs and pigs, breeding hogs, market hogs in the pig crop for December to February, along with the first intentions of sows farrowing for June to August 2024 are within trade expectations. Whereas trade expectations are lower for the second intentions for March to May of 2024 sows farrowed. All hogs and pigs chart of ASB first estimates versus final estimates for the last 10 years. ASB first and final estimates are the blue and red line respectively. The trade ranges are illustrated with the light gray. Here's a table of the U.S. breeding herd for the last 10 years provided along with the disposition and utilization. The previous quarter breeding herd is at 5,999,000 head. And during this same quarter, hog producers slaughtered 887,000 while adding back 904,000 to the breeding herd. The current quarter's breeding herd is at 6,016,000 head. That is down 130,000 from last year. Sow utilization is calculated from the current quarter sows farrowed of 2,875,000 divided by the previous quarter's breeding herd and equates to 47.9%. The Canadian imports by quarter for feeder pigs and slaughter hogs. Canadian feeder pigs and slaughter hogs imported for the first quarter of 2024 accounted for 1,678,000 head compared to 1,580,000 in 2023. This is an increase of 6.2% from 2023. The Canadian quarter import values are above the respective quarters. Feeder pigs as a percentage of the imports are light blue. Of the imports from Canada, 73% are feeder pigs, or 1,227,000 head, up 3.5% compared to prior year's total of 1,185,000 head. Where slaughter hogs as a percentage of the imports are illustrated with the darker blue, slaughter hogs accounted for 27% of the Canadian imports, or 451,000, up 14.2% from last year's total of 395,000 head. U.S. prices received by farmers for hogs and corn. So with today's ag prices, we could actually provide the February prices in today's report. So the hog prices are blue, the corn prices are red. The most current prices are for February. March prices will come out at the end of April. To the right of the chart are the hog and corn prices for the last 6 months, along with the ratios. The 6 month ratios have ranged from 11.1 to 13.35. The 13.35 is for February. So there has been some slight improvements, but still below the historic break even of 15 that is typically used. Selected upcoming NAS reports, along with today's release of hogs and pigs, is agriculture prices, egg products, and peanut prices. On April 1st will be the care reports for cotton systems, fats and oils, and grain crushings, and dairy products on April 5th, crop production on April 11th, cattle and feed April 19th, meat animals production disposition on the 23rd, and then the following day, the annual livestock slaughter report. Just a reminder, the 2024 USDA Spring Data Users Meeting will be held April 16th as a hybrid event at the Gleacher Center in Chicago, Illinois. Registration is open and free to the public. As Lance mentioned earlier, the social media platform later today at 4 p.m. I'll be hosting Stat Chat to answer any questions concerning the release of the March Hogs and Pigs report. All reports are available at the NAS official website. I appreciate everyone attending today's live stream session for the March Quarterly Hogs and Pigs ASB briefing. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. This concludes